Everyone, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master. I'm here with my brother as we experiment with Benthic Biomancer in Modern. Is this the new hot thing? We're seeing results already, but is it because of Benthic Biomancer? If you want to find out, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Before we get into our match, we're going to thank our sponsor, themanabase.com. And for all the Nikachu content on Merfolk, go check out themanabase.com, your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. So we won the die roll, and this hand... well, if nothing else, we do know that we can adapt with Benthic Biomancer to guarantee that, or to increase the odds of doing something by turn 3, so I'm going to keep. This is actually a pretty good spot for Benthic Biomancer. You know, we have rub against Twin and win. Well, definitely not anymore.
One card on the bottom.
So their hand sucks. Hopefully. Show us the X-Arc. Well, if your name... Maybe you're a control deck? Shriekhorn. Oh, it's Dredge. Okay. So Dredge and win. So this is where I desperately would have preferred to have... Oh, does Dredge have a mountain in the deck? Probably. This is definitely a spot where I definitely would prefer to have Mistcaller or Curse Catcher. We'll attack for 1, then play our Silvergill Adept. And I guess I'll play the Silvergill Adept off of a Mutavault. Bloodghast. Because if we have nothing to do on turn 3, I might as well attack with the Mutavault, put pressure on our opponent. With the configuration that I have in my deck, probably Dredge is not very good. But these Master of Waves are very, very good. Like, this is great. Because, okay, Creeping Chill, not going to be good for us. Because we're going to play one Master Waves, then they're going to play, like, Conflagrate, but then we're going to play the next Master of Waves, and then the next Master of Waves, and then the next Master of Waves, and then there's too many Masters! You can have as much life as you want off these Creeping Chills. So the thing that we are most afraid of is Creeping Chill just killing us. Ooh. Oh, Conflagrate for 0. Okay, that's fine. So they are doing that to just activate Conflagrate in the future, I guess?
Bloodghast should not come from the graveyard for free. Here's my 10 DVD.
Ether Vial's a bit late, but I guess it's okay.
Or 3 Blu-ray presentation.
So what's the worst thing that could happen? I could attack for 5. Is it worth it? Or should I adapt and play the Ether Vial? But the problem is I don't want to adapt. I have nothing to discard. I really want all of these because Conflagrate is going to eat up everything. And then each additional Master Waves that I play is just going to help stabilize the board. There's nothing with haste. So let's attack. Oh, actually, do you know what? I didn't think about them lava axing the Mutavault. That. So I guess I should adapt. Play Island, Ether Vial, pass. Do not lava axe. Okay, good. So they have got a pretty slow start, all things considered. They got an Narcomoeba, but no Prized Amalgam to trigger it. Grand scheme of things, their hand was pretty bad. Or not, I wouldn't say their hand was bad, but like the game is developing very poorly for our opponent. There's no Dredger in the graveyard. They're probably going to Conflagrate our Merfolk away, putting Dredgers in the graveyard, but we're going to refuel with some... Oh, you know what? That's a point. I could have held up the Adapt to make them discard at least 3 cards. It's probably not that big of a deal. Putting Bloodghast and Prized Amalgam in the graveyard. So here comes...
some BS.
Yeah, here comes BS. BS is on its way. So the best thing we can draw right now is Benthic Biomancer. Let's see if the 2 extra damage matters. But that was definitely something I didn't consider. Conflagrate. Still no Dredger in the graveyard. Shriekhorn is now empty, so what we see is all that's dangerous. That sort of sucks because we can't really cast it. It's not very important either. Cathartic Reunion.
Hugs.
Ooh, Creeping Chill. Yeah, there's Hugs. There's another Prized Amalgam in the graveyard. Okay, there's a Bloodcast that... Sorry, Bloodstained Mire that can't do anything. So we're just going to chump block the Prized Amalgam. Keep our life total high.
The jump.
Do we? Okay, let's say we take 5, 8. We go down to 7. Because I would like to start attacking back. 2 Creeping Chills left in the deck. If I attack for 5, they go down to 11. They start to get close to dying. Okay, I'm gonna... Okay, what if they have another Conflagrate? What if they find a Conflagrate? They still have no Dredger. I take 8, go to 7. Attack for 2, make 2 more elementals. Because the thing is, if I take 8, go down to 7, then that means I'm going to play another Master of Waves that can block 2 more things, take 3, go down to 4. And then am I screwed after that? Because 1 more Creeping Chill and a Narcomoeba attack kills me. Alright, so we'll just play super defensively. Then we can kill the Prized Amalgam in the future. Well, we can't really block the Bloodghasts, because if we block the Bloodghasts...
They just come back.
It's going to come back and all the other Prized Amalgams come back as well. Okay, a 2-drop would be great here. That's not Spreading Seas. Not what we want to see, but whatever.
It do.
When life gives you Master of Waves, attack with Master of Waves. Still no Dredge cards. Keep in mind, the Mutavaults are 4/4s now.
Keep in mind. What are you gonna do, chump?
Just attack with the Bloodghasts now.
Fine.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Alright. I'll block a Prized Amalgam. Can't attack very well with the Master of Waves with the Narcomoeba on blocking duty. I'm going to keep the Aether Vial on 2 because I have to put the Master Waves in play.
Way more 2-drops in your deck than anything else. Way more 2-drops in your deck than anything else.
What do you have in your hand?
Bolt.
Nothing good. Oh, there's Stinkweed Imp. Okay, so that can start dredging. A Lord would help because then we can just Spreading Seas and probably win. Nope. So these 2 things can block the Mutavaults. That's... this is like 10 damage here on Mutavault.
Two more clicks.
I'm probably not going to attack with this thing, because I really don't want to let them dredge, find useful cards. If I just pass, I think I can just win on the next turn. Like, if Prized Amalgam comes back, it doesn't matter. They come into play tapped. Bloodghast can't block, so like the fleet on the board is winning. So I'm just going to block these things because I don't care if they come back. And my elementals will survive.
Those are very tough elementals.
Bloodghast can't block. They literally need something like, I don't know, Life from the Loam into Conflagrate. This is like all a pipe dream. They're going to hardcast Creeping Chill. That's interesting. Hey, you do whatever you need to do. So how much damage do I have a lot of damage on the board. They only have 2 blockers. This will stay on 2.
Yep.
Okay, might as well.
Redraw.
See if anything. If I draw Mana Leak, that might matter. Okay. Because they could play... What's it called? Sacrifice a creature. Well, how does Lightning Axe work? I think it's sacrifice a creature. Kill something. So they could kill maybe the Mutavault. Does 5 damage. They have 2 blockers. There's like no way they're surviving this. So block, 12.
16
12
damage
million damage, yeah. Okay. I'll just hold up Mana Leak just in case something horrible happens. Deals combat damage, so it's basically Death Touch. Twin and win, well, he didn't win this time.
Yeah, 3 Master Waves of all things.
Yeah, of all things. Yeah, alright, we win. We didn't need anything else. We didn't need the Mana Leak.
Draws a nice card.
And Benthic Biomass.
Nice card.
Nothing we did. One thing about Benthic Biomass is we didn't really need Curse Catcher or Mistcaller either. But they had a really slow poor hand. So in this matchup, oh, is Chalice good? Chalice counters Faithless Looting, Lightning Axe, Neonate that they don't play anymore, Shriekhorn. Thing is, doesn't. Okay, let's see what we're gonna take out. We're gonna take out Mana Leak for Mistcaller. Is there anything else we want to take out? Merfolk Trickster is not great.
How dare you say that?
Easily. Hurkyl's Recall doesn't matter. Here's the thing, if I want to bring in Chalice on 1, it's just going to nail all these cards like really badly, and it doesn't actually necessarily beat them.
How much is a Stinkweed Imp?
Maybe I'm underrating Mana Leak. Maybe Mana Leak is better than I think. But no, well, on the draw, it's got to be worse.
How much is Stinkweed Imp to cast?
3 mana, but it's a Dredger, so they usually just put it in the graveyard. Yeah, I think that's just what we're going to do. Submit the deck like this.
He didn't see a Mistcaller, maybe he's not expecting one.
Well, I have nothing to do on turn 1. But I don't have, like, good interaction against this deck anyway. I just have the Mistcaller. Where's my Surgicals now? Like, they mulliganed. That doesn't really matter against Dredge.
Keep it.
Yeah, I guess we'll keep it. It's like it's an okay hand, but it's not great.
Thing's stuck.
Well, the chat thing is stuck.
Do it again. Mulligan again, please.
So the thing is, like, I took out Surgicals because I'm like, I'm just never playing against Dredge, so who cares?
Here it is.
Yeah, here it is. Why am I seeing this now? Now, it's always when you take that card out of your sideboard, bam! They play all the cards you're afraid of.
You should be able to pay 2 life to surgically implant that card into your deck outside of the game. 2 mana per card. Pay 8 life for the whole thing.
Conflagrate for 0. So they're probably going to empty their hand. So they've got another slow start, but then it's going to accelerate. Unfortunately for them, I have nothing to cast. Is it going to be Conflagrate or Hugs? So I think it's going to be Conflagrate because that's why they put in the graveyard. Otherwise, you know, it's playable even from their hand. Whoa! Bloodghast, Stinkweed Imp, and 2 prize amalgams. Alright, so a World of Hurt is on its way. But their hand is empty. But they got a Dredger. That sucks. Alright, we've got Master of Waves on the way, so... there's nothing to attack this turn, so I'm going to hold up Merfolk Trickster for the turn that attacking is going to happen. I need to curve into Master of Waves or I'm going to lose. So I'm going to play Silvergill Adept right now. Or actually, maybe I should cancel that. No, I have to play Silvergill Adept right now. I'll show them Merfolk Trickster, I don't care.
Now you're just being arrogant.
They're just going to know. Another Merfolk Trickster. Not particularly important. And it's Creeping Chill. And there's Life from the Loam. So what do they put in their hand? Stinkweed Imp. They have Imp in their hand. I don't usually keep track of the cards that they have in their hand, but they are important. But they can't get they can't get Bloodghast in play. Interesting. Damn, that's this is why I wanted to play Silvergill Adept on turn 3 because then I can cast it off of what's it called? Mistcaller or Benthic Biomancer. Well, now what do I do? I could play Benthic Biomancer to again try to get that loot to get Master of Waves on the table. It's funny, if they dredge, well, what are they trying to dredge into? Narcomoeba? Their hand was awkward. So how to take advantage of it? I could just start playing Lords and just outmuscle them. If I play a Lord... And I can block things with Merfolk Trickster. If I get a Lord on the battlefield. Alright, let's get a Lord on the battlefield. Because I can tap things down with Merfolk Trickster and then block other things, and then block the Bloodghast with the Merfolk Trickster. And still keep an attack going. And then if we draw a land for Master Waves, that's fine too. So this is we're changing our plan here. We got a new plan. They're in a really awkward spot because they need they need to draw a land. They need to draw a land. Oh, what they can do now... Oh, do you know what? Okay, so they can play Life from the Loam, get 3 lands back to their hand. Play 1. So that's going to work out. Okay, Life from the Loam. 3 lands. Okay, here comes Bloodghast. So now we have to dodge a Conflagrate, which would completely dismantle our board. Okay, nothing can block us. They have Life from the Loam in the graveyard, so they can keep the dredging going. But what if I attack? I'm just going to attack. Just not going to care. Tectonic Edge being awkward.
As always.
Unless you're up against Tron, then it doesn't feel awkward at all. It feels great. See, Benthic Biomancer is like way worse right now than Curse Catcher or Mistcaller. Holy crap, it would be a way different ball game if we had those cards. So I'm just going to hold up the Merfolk Trickster, tap down Prized Amalgam, block Bloodghast. Creeping Chill is unfortunate. It's definitely a very good card for them to dredge into. Assassin's Trophy. Oh, 2 Creeping Chills. Ugh. That's awful. So what did they bring back? They brought back, I guess, because they kept this thing there. Nature's Claim. Use the Dredge ability from Stinkweed Imp. Okay, so they got Stinkweed Imp instead. Okay, we're going to Merfolk Trickster, an Amalgam. Trickster, not usually very good in this matchup, but it's doing fine here. Go to blocks, block Bloodghast, it's free. They have a Stinkweed Imp. I think they have 2 Stinkweed Imps and 2 lands in hand. So we can survive one more Creeping Chill with the way we've organized ourselves. Oh yeah, they can hardcast the imp. Good call. If we just drew a land, played Master Waves, that probably would be over.
Silvergill, let's hope for that land.
So I could just play another Lord, hope nothing too bad happens to us. I could try. Okay, well, here comes like the lesson against burn. Like we could just play a Lord. And then Merfolk Trickster can now block the Prized Amalgam. We can block Bloodghast, and we can even make a block against the other Prized Amalgam. We'll trade Silvergill Adept, and then if we play another Lord... The problem is we'll be at 3, and now any Creeping Chill will kill us. Because we can't do anything about the Stinkweed Imp.
I think he already used 3 Creeping Chills so far, so...
Yeah. So 1 Creeping Chill left. If they can dig for it, we're dead. But they're not taking any draw steps, so they can't draw any draw spells. Except for maybe Faithless Looting. Silvergill Adept. Yeah, I don't want to take the risky line. Just want to play a good line. And then once our Lords are big enough, nothing else matters. Well, if they find Conflagrate too, that's a problem. Yeah, we lose to a Conflagrate. Whatever, we'll pass from here. Do our best next turn.
It's going to be a game 3 if you lose. It's not over. If you lose.
Dark Blast has been found. And they got Life from the Loam back. Okay. So still they can't do anything. They have Life from the Loam, Stinkweed Imp. Oh, that is a point, actually. Okay, so they've got this... I think they have a second Stinkweed Imp in their hand. So they are threatening to kill us in the air. They'll attack me for 1. And then next turn they'll threaten to attack me.
What's it going to be, buddy?
Not attacking with the other thing. So we'll make the appropriate blocks. Block. 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 And I will lose Silvergill Adept, but I can't take any more damage. Okay, yeah, there's the second Stinkweed Imp that we knew about. So they still have... So the board has not effectively changed very much. And they have no more Dredger in the graveyard. Oh no, they have Dark Blast.
What? Okay.
Okay, we got the land, which can protect our Master of Waves. Is a lethal amount of elementals? They're going to get 1 more shot with their dredging. Otherwise, they have to draw a card for the turn.
It's going to be close.
It's going to be close.
You'll get 12 damage and elementals blown.
The other thing I can do is play Silvergill Adept and play Master of the Pearl Trident,
No.
but
14 damage.
I think we'll just do this. They only have 2 blockers. Always got to keep that in mind. They only have 2 blockers. And on our turn, we can play Merfolk Trickster to tap things down.
All right. You got that Creeping Chill.
Dark Blast is going to change the math a little bit. So are they going to draw for the turn? Or are they going to dredge? They're going to dredge. Hit nothing. They hit nothing. They have the Dark Blast, which means I can't so easily like chump block Bloodghast with our Master of the Pearl Trident. So this is 14 power by itself. So as long as we have 2 extra creatures, that's going to be lethal. This does nothing. They don't attack. Well, these can't block.
Game over.
Oh, that makes things easier.
User wins.
Yeah.
Bob!
Oh, sorry. The prized amalgams can block. That does change. The blood gas can't block. Prized amalgams can't block. I keep forgetting. All right. So we want 4-1 in the friendly leagues.
When did?
Huh?
I thought you lost twice.
No. I just lost against Burn once.
All right.
So something that I might change, I would just remove Chalice of the Voids. I would get the 4th Hurkyl's Recall and maybe 2 surgical extractions. That's probably the changes I would make. I would maybe very seriously consider or moving like Tectonic Edge to the main board. Maybe I should experiment with like less Mutavaults and more blue sources. If Modern is going to be like ridiculously aggressive, then Mutavault that's not a metagame for Mutavault. It's just so clunky. Like even in that Dredge matchup, we just wanted to play Benthic Biomancers, or we just even as a Merfolk with a Pearl Trident. Very important to note, Benthic Biomancer didn't do anything. So it actually was a Merfolk with a Pearl Trident when it was good, and the adapt did not matter. I don't... I mean, I still have to playtest more, but in my gut, it's not worth it. Or it's not as good as it looks, and I would rather have the Mistcaller in the main deck, and that would free up 4 more sideboard slots for me for anything else that I want.
It would be great in Vintage, though.
What, this thing?
Yeah, Benthic Biomancer.
I don't think so. I don't think it's good in Vintage either. Mana Leak had some moments, but we didn't draw it enough. But it was
crucial against Bridge.
It was nice to have just a lot of... Yeah, you know what? We countered Bridge with it, so it's just nice to have a lot of more powerful counter spells that can counter anything. Like, Spell Pierce is very easy to play around. Well, not easy, but, like, you can do it. Mana Leak is just harder. So that's available to us. But I think if Merfolk's winning, it's just because Merfolk is good. And it has... I don't think it has anything to do with Benthic Biomancer. So far, I think I've had one game where Benthic Biomancer mattered, and in all the other games that I won, Benthic Biomancer did not matter. So that's just something to keep an eye on. But I can definitely feel like the colorless mana, maybe in an aggressive, fast, modern metagame, this is not worth it. And maybe they have to be put in the sideboard. Like, I could put Mutavault in the sideboard. There's no rule that says you can't put Mutavault in the sideboard. So, like, if I took out the Chalice of the Voids and took out Benthic Biomancer and put Mistcaller in, maybe you put Mutavault in the sideboard. But at the same time, the thing is, if I have a 4 Mana Leak in the main deck, I have to have 4 cards in the sideboard that I'm bringing in against a deck like, say, Humans, where Mana Leak is going to be useless. Another concern I have is just so many few 1-drops. I don't like that. It's just scary. I'm not happy with that. Maybe Phantasmal... Maybe I could break up the Phantasmal Images. Well, something to experiment with is break up the Phantasmal Images and turn it into a Harbinger of the Tides and Merfolk Trickster, and then if we have to draw into our beefier cards, maybe Benthic Biomancer is good for that. But at the same time... Well, I don't know. At the very least, I like to have at least 14 powerful cards in the main deck. 12 Lords and then 2 Mare Regery or Phantasmal Image to copy Lords. But I'm urging people, like, I know everyone's excited about Benthic Biomancer. Maybe you're winning with Benthic Biomancer in the deck, but is it because of Benthic Biomancer? Like, look at it critically. It didn't win us any of the games. It had no influence on the game. I drew it. I didn't play it sometimes, and then when I did play it, it was just a Merfolk of the Pearl Trident. So, Benthic Biomancer didn't win. Merfolk won. That's the best thing that I can say. Benthic Biomancer didn't win. It was Merfolk that won.
Let him know if you want to see him play with that new Stifle card. Leave him in the comments. I want to see it.
Yeah, you're messaging me. Are we gonna play with the new Stifle card? You're just hoping that we get that engineered explosives.
That's right.
God, yeah. That's definitely not something.
Stone. Everything.
Like,
you can stop
I'm gonna
fetch land.
I mean, it's definitely the biggest emotional swing you could give your opponent. You know.
Stop a fetch land.
You can stop a fetch land. That's brutal. They'll never see that coming, and that would be so hard to play around. Like, they will forever main phase crack their fetch lands because of Merfolk Trickster. Like, if we pass with 2 blue mana up, do they got the Stifle? Do they have Merfolk Trickster?
Yeah, you can't bluff this stuff no more.
And like then if they fetch on their main phase, then they're just weaker to Spreading Seas. They just get boned either way. So that was also a friendly league. So this thing has to be put to the test in a competitive league. The players are superior there, and that would be the real test of Benthic Biomancer. So anyway, I am going to play test more with it, but I'm very skeptical about it. I'm sorry if you're like a huge fan of Benthic Biomancer, but on paper, it's just going to be Merfolk with the Pearl Trident, like in all the games where it matters, and then in the games where it doesn't matter, it's going to do its thing, but it's not. I don't think it's not going to be life or death. It's not going to change the difference of winning or losing the game. I can totally see this deck just without Benthic Biomancer, and I just play with Mistcaller. And I could play with a few more islands, maybe if that's really, really important. But if I take out Mutavault and Tectonic Edge, I'm just going to get wiped out by Tron or something.
Oh, yeah.
Well, anyway, that's it for this week. We're going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also going to thank themanabase.com for being our sponsor. This has been Nikachu with his brother playing Benthic Biomancer in Modern Merfolk.